If you are a regular on this channel, you know, I like my webcam rants, okay? We are coming into, but no, we're not coming into, we are maintaining the webcam rant era on this channel, because it's how I get my feelings out to you, to the internet, and that's important to do. This channel is partially about mental health, and being completely open and honest, and being brutally honest about the realities of life, okay? For anyone else who can relate to wherever I am in my life, you know, that's why I make these videos, really, but it's also therapy, for me. It's like free therapy, so, this week's video was supposed to be like a very casual sort of day in the life of a freelance graphic designer, and I was going to do this whole vlog and it was going to be brilliant, and then 2 days ago I started my period and I can't seem to function as a human being. Now, love being a woman who menstruates, but anyway, so I thought, because I didn't have time to film one anymore, that I would talk about what my life looks like at the moment, as a designer who is just starting out her business, still trying to get clients, haven't been successful yet, but it's a journey, it's a slow journey, and we're gonna get into that, because it's a slower journey than you would first think. So, since I made my last video, no, my video before my last video, which was about the YouTube problems, go watch that, because it got like over 2,000 views in 48 hours, which is just mad. Thank you to everyone. And by the way, if you're coming from that video, hi, glad to have you here. And then my last video was about my creative process as a graphic designer, explaining the process behind Dead Sour, which was, at the time, my first and only entry into the Creative Glow Challenge by Abby Connick. I have since, this week, actually submitted my September entry, which is in a pickle. I will put some photos up here. Follow me on Instagram for all the graphic design content. It's not my Instagram for this channel, it's my graphics Instagram, which is annas.graphics. Instagram, everything's in the description. So anyway, really had fun with this brand, by the way. I never actually designed a food brand before, so this was very, very fun, and I really do appreciate how much I was able to sort of let myself just play around with like the typography and like the fun illustration. Like, I've never made like a fun character for a brand before, but I feel like that's my style, because I like to draw and illustrate, and I'm trying to get back into more of like the character illustration type stuff. In a way that I've kind of always wanted to, so that's good. Also kind of healing part of my inner child there, but yeah, so that was a very fun brand to do, and obviously, as you can see, I played around with the typography as well. So as I say, very fun brand, very proud of myself for that. And I also, this morning, like just now before I started filming this video, filmed and uploaded a reel on my graphics Instagram using the famous Korn song. I don't have to sing it to you guys, you know what I mean, because I just saw a meme opportunity, so that's, I made a sweet corn juice kind of brand as a joke. it was a joke brand, like I didn't really put that much effort into it. I just thought, I'm gonna draw a corn on a cob character and then just make it into a bottle of sweet corn juice that no one would ever buy. It's a weird concept for it, but because they mentioned juice in the song, I was like, I have to do this. I feel obligated as a designer to take this meme opportunity and use it to my full potential, so have a laugh over there, and if you feel inclined, if you're a designer, make your own sweet corn based brand. Anyway, but that's basically, the reason I'm mentioning all that now is because that's kind of what my life looks like at the moment in terms of my designing. It's very much coming up with social media ideas, finding the motivation to do it, and then doing it. And I think at the moment I'm finding myself very much consumed by numbers, which I know is bad. I've never really been consumed by numbers this much before, but now it matters a bit more. And I talked a lot about this in my YouTube issues video. I think that's why I really mentioned that video, really, was that I talked about it in there, is that I'm really trying to make social media a bit more part of my job, and really trying to grow it in a big way. And whilst that's good, that also involves a lot of hard work and a lot of consistency and a lot of paying attention to trends in your analytics. Now, as somebody who saw a lot of success with the YouTube issues video, and then subsequently not so much in the graphic design video, I thought I was shadow banned. I genuinely thought I was shadow banned because of that YouTube issues video, and I was like, I swear, that's just weird, because why would you push a video out so much and then shadow ban a channel for it? But that's just YouTube, to watch that video to know that's just YouTube. Anyway, but that's partially what kind of sparked my obsession with numbers, was that video doing so well and thinking, oh my god, this is it, my channel's gonna do so well now, and then the last week's video not doing as well, and it being like, oh no, we are still just getting the same views that we always did, which is again why I thought I was shadow banned, but also a little bit of a panic mode kind of trigger, because I was like, oh my god, what am I doing wrong? And that's when I sort of realised, because obviously I've been trying to upload more reels and taking care of how many likes I get on a post on my graphics page, and also trying to grow my normal Instagram with more. I'm putting up way more stories than I used to do, and I don't know if that's annoying people over on my Instagram, because I never used to post and now I'm posting all the time just out of nowhere. But you become you can become, and I have become, this is why I'm making this video, very obsessed with numbers and very obsessed with that, and it becomes part of your life, and it sort of consumes you, because you almost have to care a lot about the numbers to know where your account's headed and where you need to improve, or where you need to sort of keep going, and that's very important, obviously. But when it comes to mental health and the implications of obsessing over numbers on your mental health, that's when things get a bit messy. So I'm trying to take care of that at the moment, but it's very difficult knowing that I can't stop. I have to be consistent in a way that I have never been consistent before, and I just have to keep pushing and keep coming up with those ideas and keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing. One thing I have almost kind of let go of, and this breaks me to say it, is Student Reform Collective. Now, I talked a little bit about it in the past few videos that I've made. I have at the moment taken a little bit of a back burner, because, well, first of all, it's not a passion project that can source money, and also I do not have the time or the energy to be making posts on that page every single week. And it's a lot, and this is something I realised last week, is that I have 3 different Instagram accounts that I'm running full on. It's my YouTube, this YouTube, and my Anna's random Instagram that goes along with this, and then also I've got Anna's Graphics, which is a full-on Instagram, and I've got to really be consistent with that. Like, that's the one I've really got to be consistent on in order for it to grow, because that's my main source of income. I mean, it's not at the moment because I haven't booked any clients yet, but it will be at some point, okay? That's like my job, mainly my job, because that's what's obviously my freelance design business. And then I also have Student Reform Collective, which is a passion project, and I did have plans to make it into a source of income, but with how little it's growing, it's just, I can't run all 3 by myself, and that's something I have to realise and really take in, and really be like, listen, something has to give here, and it's gonna have to be Student Reform Collective, unfortunately, because I just can't do it on my own, and it breaks my heart. It does, because I love that initiative. I love how much work I put into it. I love the idea of it. I love how much it's gonna help people in the future, because I'm not completely giving up on it like it's never gonna happen. It's gonna happen at some point, just when I have the time and when I have the money to be promoting them as Instagram ads, because it's like 15 quid for like a week, and I don't have that money at the moment, gotta be honest. So I need to be really more focusing on how I get money, rather than just because it's a passion project. Do you get what I mean? This is something I want to touch on, is as somebody who is a beginner designer who's just starting out, who isn't getting clients regularly because they are just starting out, it can be very discouraging, and it can induce quite a bit of panic, because you're not earning money, you're slowly running out of what was left of your student loan, and you are in a position where it's very much doing things solely so you start earning some money. Obviously with the passion inside, obviously you don't just do it for that. Like obviously I'm doing things that I enjoy, but I need money. That's what I need to start earning in order for my life to progress at all. So that's the position that I'm in currently, and I just wanted to make this video to be very open about that. That's what my life looks like at the moment, is very much go to the gym, come back, social media, and waiting. It's a lot of gym, social media, posting, and then just waiting for something to happen, or just waiting for the next post that you make, and hoping that someday, at some point, something's going to reach somebody that's gonna want to give you money. That's my life at the moment. And that is going to be the life of quite a few of you out there, I'm sure, who, if you're a designer just starting out, this is the process that we have to go through. And I know that these things take time, they don't happen overnight, I get that. And would it have been better if I had a bigger YouTube audience to start out with? That, you know, would have meant that I got clients quicker, probably, but I can't go change the past a few years ago when I should have been more consistent on YouTube and wasn't. I can't change the past, okay? I can't change the past. So I just kind of have to deal with what I have now and accept those facts and do with them what I need to do, can do. So that's the situation. But going back to the fact this is a very slow process, it's slower than I thought that it was going to be. If you guys have been on my channel past couple of months, you know I recently got out of a year-long relationship that was an engagement, actually, and moved back in with my parents, which put a spanner in the works in terms of my career, because I was no longer getting the joint UC claim that we were planning on receiving. There was a bit of an imbalance that came into my life, and this past couple of months is me trying to level that out again and trying to make it balanced and trying to figure out how I can do this on my own, completely on my own. And that's what the past couple of months has been for me, personally, but that's just because of personal circumstances. Everyone's going to be different, but that has really opened my eyes to how slow of a process this really is. It's a very slow process, slower than I thought it was going to be, because I didn't have the finances to really push this as much as I could have been doing. Going back to like the paying for Instagram ads, like I should have been doing that, but I haven't been doing because I don't have the money to anymore. You know, this isn't me asking for money. Don't think this is going to be, oh, by the way, here's my PayPal. No, this is not. That's not this video. I'm just explaining my situation for anyone else out there who can relate. So yeah, that's what my life looks like at the moment in terms of my freelance. Now, because going back to again, I need the money, and I can't really stay in my home environment for, like, I don't feel comfortable staying in my home environment for very long. It's driving me a little bit insane to once again feel a little bit like a teenager having these restrictions on me, because obviously I'm living with my parents, and my sole aim at the moment is to get out, to move out, to get my own place, but the only way I'm going to do that in the near future is to get an agency job, which, if you guys have been on my channel for a few months, like about 6 months I'd say, you know I don't like graphic design agency culture that much. I've been looking at agency jobs for some security and a chance to move out. Now, I keep referencing past videos, but if you watch my, I think it's my YouTube problems video where I mention this, but I want to move to London, ideally. Either Manchester or London is where you need to be as a creative, and I've found, hypothetically, this is all hypothetical, I have found a job in an agency that is for a junior creative that is potentially remote. It's potentially remote, which is good for me, because it means that I don't necessarily have to go into an office, that I can still have the freedom to work on my freelance work, but also have this job be very financially stable. So I have the stability, and I'm still doing what I love to do as a creative, but I also can work on, like, whilst I also work on the life that I actually want to live. Do you get what I mean? So, and the reason I'm mentioning that is, first of all, life update, but secondly, for those who are watching this who can relate to my situation, sometimes you just have to kind of be honest with yourself and create a bit more of a traditional plan. Despite you wanting to be freelance and be free, if that's not working out as quickly as you possibly wanted to do and the situation that you're in is becoming a little bit more dire, you're gonna have to try and find a job. But as a creative, there's a lot of like positions for junior creators out there, so look for one in an area that you want to move to or want to live in or whatever. There's that, basically. Sometimes things don't always go as you plan. Sometimes your life doesn't always look like what you think it's going to look like. However, you have to adapt and you have to keep going. And that's something that we really want to stress, is that you've got to do things in your own way and stay strong in that. Stay strong in your own decisions, stay strong in your opinions, in your views about how you're going to get to a certain place or what your life looks like or what you'd want your life to look like. Stay firm in your goals and just do it in the way that you know is true to you, and you're gonna be okay. Again, this is a bit of an unconventional video, as always with these webcam rants, but I wanted to make another one of these videos where I just kind of talk at you like you're my friend and hopefully provide some advice or say something that's gonna help somebody out there, because that's the aim of these videos. So that's what my life looks like at the moment. It's a lot of mild panic and struggle for motivation because I'm obsessed with numbers, but also that little bit of hope in the back of your head. If you're not into making vision boards, make a vision board. If you haven't already, make a vision board, because that helps a lot with motivation and seeing your goals and seeing where you want to go, where you need to be, and it helps with the manifestation aspect if you believe in that. But anyway, so I'm gonna leave you with that. Has this been coherent? Heck no. But is it always coherent? No. This is just my channel. If you like this kind of chaotic energy, by all means stick around, subscribe. It's not always webcam stuff, you know, I do also do like actual vlogs on my proper camera, which is over there. It's not always like this, but if you like the idea of sometimes receiving very candid, very honest, just kind of chats about life and how it makes us feel, then by all means, subscribe, like this video, do all the things, share it with anyone who you know is a designer, who is feeling similar things, feeling a little stuck, a little lost for motivation, you know, feeling a little down about where they are at the moment in their career. Send this video to them to hopefully help them out if you think it would. So, this is not your typical day in the life video, I know, but it's still useful, isn't it? Don't know what that was. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any more of my videos. Also, make sure to follow me on all my social media. Names which will be, as always, at the end of this video and also in the description for my graphics stuff and Student Reform Collective, even though I've just said that I'm not really working on that at the moment. Still follow it. It'd be really nice to see a lot of people following it because it might bring back some motivation to actually work on it. So, cheers guys. But yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.